Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to KPW War Zone. It is I, Tapey Styles, calling the action right down the middle, flying solo as always. And tonight we have a quite heated night of action to bring to you as we are 12 days away from our first ever Saturday night special, KPW Ignition, on January 25th, 9/8 Central, here on the Team Adhesive Broadcasting Network. But to bring to you tonight, we have nothing but action to bring to you. We'll be seeing K-Dog go one-on-one against Popcorn Poppy later on tonight. Tag team action to come as the Murder Hornets, Wasp, Mosquito take on the Scheme, Bloom and Bilko. The winner of this bout will meet the Influence at Ignition to determine the #1 contenders for the tag team championships. In our main event, we will be seeing one half of the First Nation, Sigma Shuko, the mastermind, go one-on-one against the Blue Chipper, Bam Dardino. So to come, we'll be hearing from the Star Attraction, the #1 contender to the KPW Twitch Championship, Pierre Cinema. But to start tonight's action, the only way that we know how to, we will be seeing Ricky Rhombus go one-on-one against Jim Ross. As we head down to ringside. Ricky Rhombus punching in his ticket to Ignition several weeks ago with a pinfall victory over the hardcore champion, Corey Sinclair. Ricky Rhombus had one hell of a 2024. An impeccable run in the Golden Gauntlet, all of which you can find on KPW On Demand. And Ricky Rhombus' opponent, of course, trying to do everything in his power to make 2025 a much smoother, a much better year than his 2024. The aforementioned Pierre Cinema made this man's life a living hell back in the spring. Many fans, critics alike, would like to make the case that this KPW original, a man that's been on board with the Kumite family since 2021, he was destined for greatness when he first arrived at KPW, as we know it, as we see it in the flesh here tonight in the Kumite Forum. Jim Ross building up every bit of momentum that he can in the past several weeks, aligning himself once again with the sauce. We get a look into the skybox, the #1 contender for the KPW World Heavyweight Championship, Popo, watching on, observing the action here tonight on Warzone. As a heartthrob, Popo aims to dethrone the Viceroy Jedi at Ignition on the 25th. Action spilling to the outside. Close-up action for the Kumite faithful in the first row. Enziguri from Ricky Rhombus. He hopes to lay in the cut, lay in some of the boots medium style. One has to be wondering what kind of ramifications this bout could possibly have on Ricky Rhombus should he lose to Jim Ross here tonight. You're looking at good Vegas odds for Jim Ross as he continues his tour of vengeance here in KPW. Suplex reversal from Jim Ross. Jim Ross entering this bout with a considerable weight advantage over Ricky Rhombus. Equally matched in reach, equally matched in experience here in KPW in the past year. Jim Ross targeting the eyes of Ricky Rhombus. A headlock takeover from that cold, vindictive Jim Ross. Jim Ross is hoping to strip things back to basics, take it back to square one. A fundamentalist through and through. Big head of steam, running clothesline from Jim Ross. And he is making light work here out of Ricky Rhombus. Jim Ross going for a rear naked choke here. He might try and put Ricky Rhombus to sleep, but he frantically grabs the ropes. Back body drop from Jim Ross to Ricky Rhombus. Ricky Rhombus is in danger here. But we've seen Ricky Rhombus overcome the odds before here in KPW. We've seen him mount up some insane comebacks over the course of his run here, over the course of his 2024. Back elbow from Jim Ross to Ricky Rhombus. Jim Ross letting his emotions speak for themselves here. Letting the Kumite Forum know that they're number one. Albeit in his own special way. Ricky Rhombus looking to regain some control here in the corner. He's just doing whatever he can to fight off Jim Ross here. Hip toss from Jim Ross, and this might be everything that he needs. Jim Ross closing in the distance. Boomer, Sooner, Stunner. And Ricky Rhombus too close to the ropes here. Jim Ross trying to waste no time here, trying to make an example out of Ricky Rhombus. Getting a bit ahead of himself and getting a bit overzealous. And now Ricky Rhombus is making him pay. He should have dragged Ricky Rhombus away from the ring ropes. Side Russian leg sweep from Ricky Rhombus. This is exactly what we mean with an athlete the caliber, the likes of Ricky Rhombus. One mistake is all it takes for him to capitalize here. Collar and elbow tie up. Jim Ross targeting the arms of Ricky Rhombus. You know that he likes to go for that fisherman's buster. He's finished multiple matches, put away multiple men with that move. Although he is a bit more widely regarded for his shape up, that splash from the top rope. Headbutt onto the floor here. And now Jim Ross looking for an equalizer. Hockey stick in hand here. As he's looking to bludgeon Ricky Rhombus. And Ross, perfect positioning for a shape up, but he gets back up out of pure instinct, out of muscle memory. Reverse armbar counter by Jim Ross. Rib breaker from Ricky Rhombus. It looked like Ricky Rhombus was going to go for the shape up just a brief moment ago, but he realized that Jim Ross was too far away from him in the ring. Waistlock, tie up, side Russian leg sweep counter from Ricky Rhombus. If Jim Ross could even the odds once again and emerge victorious here, he could punch a ticket for Ignition himself and get involved in the KPW Hardcore Championship bout. Blue Thunder Bomb from Ricky Rhombus. This could be it. And Jim Ross finds the energy to kick out once again. Close but no cigar for Ricky Rhombus. Clothesline ducked by Ricky Rhombus. Sensing a bit of hesitation there from Ricky Rhombus, going for that second rope splash, and Jim Ross was able to evade harm's way once again. Jim Ross is just vicious with these knee strikes to the sternum, to the chest of Ricky Rhombus. A shot below the belt to Ricky Rhombus. They're emanating to you live from the Kumite Forum, packed, stacked, and sold out once again before we make the shift over to the Kumite Center ahead of Ignition. Next week on Warzone, next weekend, 12 nights away, our first monthly special event of the year, our first Saturday night special. Single leg Boston Crab on the floor here from Ricky Rhombus. Submissions don't count on the outside.
11, 12.
On further inspection, we can notice that Ricky Rhombus is targeting that left leg of Jim Ross. Signaling it out for the knee brace. Looking towards it as a significant weak point. Now Ricky Rhombus looking to put work into the other leg of Jim Ross. Irish whip it to the ropes. Ricky Rhombus holding on there. Trying to throw Jim Ross off of his ebb and flow inside the ring here tonight. Schoolboy roll-up pin, this could be it. And another kick out from Jim Ross, another 2 count. 20-minute time limit in effect here. Pinfalls and submissions. Countouts. You name it. Back suplex counter from Ricky Rhombus. A resourceful way to escape that headlock. Rhombus with the snapmare. Now he's taunting, he's mocking Jim Ross. Taking in the adoration of the crowd here tonight. Making an absolute spectacle, an absolute mockery out of Jim Ross here for the world to see. Ricky Rhombus, he's called for it. Looked like he was gonna go for the shape up once again, that top rope splash, but he's looking for another Blue Thunder Bomb. Jim Ross getting saved by the rope breaks now. Or did he get saved? The Fisherman Buster, and Jim Ross's foot hitting the rope once again. Slap Thigh Jones, our lead referee, calling off the pinfall attempt. Action spilling to the outside once again. What an intense start to tonight's edition of Warzone. Fisherman's Buster on the floor.
11, 12,
and Jim Ross has no idea where the hell he's at right now. But Jim Ross is gonna do what Jim Ross knows what to do best. Trying to equalize the matter. Shape up from Ricky Rhombus. And he's just wasting no time. He's taking absolute pleasure in putting his mark all over Jim Ross here tonight. Sending a message to Corey Sinclair. Double leg takedown. And Jim Ross almost didn't make the 3 count there. Snap DDT from Ricky Rhombus. Another shape up from Ricky Rhombus. The self-proclaimed shape of the future. And he's making one hell of a claim to this. Small package counter from Jim Ross. And now Jim Ross is finding another opportunity, another chance to stay alive in this bout. Breaking the eyes of Ricky Rhombus. Waistlock counter. Sleeper hold in effect here. Ricky reaches the ropes. Pendulum backbreaker from Ricky Rhombus. Trying to keep the pressure up. Quick cover from Ricky Rhombus. Another kick out from Jim Ross. Ricky Rhombus, the odds-on favorite, the crowd favorite here tonight in the Kumite Forum. Suplex from Ricky Rhombus. And to think that this match is as evenly split as it was at the opening bell just 15 minutes ago. These two are beating the absolute hell out of one another just to earn their shot at the KPW Hardcore Champion. Ricky Rhombus already securing his shot with a pinfall victory just a few short weeks ago. And now Jim Ross is here to drive a wedge into that singles bout at Ignition. Board of directors reaching out to me. Jim Ross putting the knees up. This could be a critical saving point for Jim Ross here. Diving down onto Ricky Rhombus with a blind faith elbow. Diving clothesline into Ricky Rhombus. Ricky kicking out. Wasting no time whatsoever. 15 minutes on the clock, 5 minutes left to go. The KPW Hardcore Champion Corey Sinclair has to be more than pleased with the events of this opening bout here tonight on Warzone. He has to be absolutely sulking this in. What the hell is Ricky Rhombus gonna have left at Ignition? And what the hell is Jim Ross gonna have left if he wins? Both of these men feeling the effects of this bout. 16 minutes in. 4 minutes left to go before it goes to a time limit draw. The shape of the future, the self-proclaimed shape of the future. Ricky Rhombus looking to capitalize here. Another Fisherman's Buster. but the in-ring awareness, that environmental awareness from Jim Ross, just being able to reach the ropes consistently. His veteran savvy techniques saving his run in this bout once again. Jim Ross looking for a steel chair here. Ricky Ramos able to wrestle the chair out of Jim Ross's grasp here, and now he's gonna make JR pay for it. Ricky Ramos going for another splash, another shape up. And Jim Ross having absolutely none of it. A rake to the eyes and a headbutt below the belt to the lands down under. Ricky Ramos looking to steal one here, hooking the leg of that and applying leverage with that knee brace. These two men absolutely going the distance, showcasing why KPW is the home of fighting spirit. Drop kick from Ricky Rhombus. Clothesline from Jim Ross. 18 minutes in, and this is still an absolute stalemate of a bout. Jim Ross taking a head full of steam here. You can see the smokestacks shooting from his ears here. Headlock takeover. They are center of the ring. Boomer, Sooner, Stunner. Hooking the leg, this could be it. He's away from the ropes. And Jim Ross has defeated Ricky Rhombus. Both of these men are broken. They are battered. They are bruised. But Jim Ross came here with a plan. He came here with a purpose. 2025 is supposed to be his year of redemption. An opportunity for Jim Ross to get back on track. Back to where he was destined to be when he first arrived here in KPW, when he first joined the Kumite family all the way back in 2021. It has been a tumultuous ride for JR ever since. As the board of directors are giving me word now, the Hardcore Championship match at Ignition, while initially a singles bout, a rematch between Ricky Rhombus and the Hardcore Champion Corey Sinclair, has now been made a triple threat match with the inclusion of the cold as ice, vindictive SOB, Jim Ross, in lieu of his crushing, pulverizing victory here over Ricky Rhombus here at War Zone. And coming up next, singles action to come as the Pitbull K-Dog takes on Popcorn Poppy in singles action. Two of the Twitch division's finest men, and K-Dog in particular, a high-ranking contender here in KPW, a potential future world champion in his own right. As we head down to ringside for our next singles bout here on Warzone.
Oh, you didn't know? Your ass better call somebody.
K-Dog marching his way down to ringside. He's picked up one hell of a of a win-loss record in recent weeks, all thanks to the K-Dog Open Challenge. Thanks to the Dog Pound Open Challenge, he's hoping to turn the tides around after 2 straight losses. A loss to Kabuki at Fever Pitch, a loss to Popo last week on War Zone. Popcorn Poppy nowhere to be found out at the ramp here. What the hell's going on? Popcorn Poppy seemed to have missed his cue there. Is there any sort of interference going on here? Popcorn Poppy's health has been called into question multiple times over the course of 2024, and hopefully he can turn it around here in 2025. K-Dog in the ring, just as confused as the rest of us.
You battle royal, you stupid asshole. The sauce is not gonna forget. Oh shit.
And that would explain it all now, wouldn't it? The sauce.
Poppy, we can
looking to get some retribution from being eliminated in the Battle Royal last week. Looked like Popcorn Poppy was ready to scrap, however. This attack might have backfired for the sauce. Drop kick knocking down the sauce in the corridor here. Back by the gorilla position here on War Zone. As the action spills into the KPW locker room. Popcorn Poppy locking the door behind him. There is nowhere to run, there is nowhere to hide for the sauce, but the sauce is gonna do whatever he can to make sure that the sentiment is the other way around, to make sure that Popcorn Poppy knows that he's locked in with the sauce. Popcorn Poppy with a steel chair. Sauce, the aggressor in this backstage brawl. Officials scrambling to open the door. As the sauce and Popcorn Poppy fight on top of these tables here. DDT through the tables. Now Popcorn Poppy's just laying in a beatdown like we've never seen before. This is a newfound aggression here from Popcorn Poppy, but who could blame him? And now he's looking for the snap, crackle, and pop. And the sauce has just been absolutely laid out here. Popcorn Poppy finally making his way down to ringside. As our match could finally proceed here. Popcorn Poppy just wasting no time, making one hell of an example out of the sauce. Sauce looking for retribution, despite the fact that anything could go in a battle royal. There's no alliances, there's no sense of friendship there, no camaraderie. And he was looking to get even with Popcorn Poppy, but Popcorn Poppy was more than ready. He's always got one eye looking over his shoulder. He's got a third eye in the back of his head here, as he was able to turn the tides of that backstage assault. K-Dog and Popcorn Poppy resuming business as usual, resuming this regularly scheduled singles bout here on Warzone. K-Dog, the statistical #2 contender here for the KPW World Heavyweight Championship. The Viceroy Jedi picking up challenger after challenger. Popcorn Poppy shaking the ropes to knock K-Dog off balance here, succeeding. Big rapid fire chops from K-Dog. Popcorn Poppy, a brawler, purebred through and through. More than willing to take the fight to anybody. Spinning wheel kick from K-Dog, however. Jedi's made no shortage of enemies since arriving in KPW. No shortage of contenders for the World Heavyweight Championship either. It's men like Slarty and Shuko, the First Nation. Shuko, as a matter of fact, we'll be seeing later on tonight in our main event here against the blue chipper Bam Dardino. The heartthrob Popo, as we previously saw in the skybox earlier on tonight. The #1 contender, the man that will take on Jedi at Ignition on January 25th, our first ever Saturday night special event. And of course, our statistical #2 contender, K-Dog. Hoping to call dibs on the World Heavyweight Champion, whether it's the Viceroy or the Heartthrob after the events of Ignition. Drop kick from Popcorn Poppy. Spinning roundhouse kick from K-Dog. Drop kick from K-Dog. Irish whip reversal from K-Dog. Neck breaker. We know that the neck is a weak point for Popcorn Poppy. He was taken out of action all the way back in May last year after receiving a buckle bomb from the War Machine Slarty. And he's only just recently made a full recovery ever since that buckle bomb. Against the discretion of doctors, we saw Popcorn Poppy return several months ago for the Labor Day special edition of Warzone, where he would emerge victorious over our now hardcore champion, Corey Sinclair, who is at that point the Twitch champion. Popcorn Poppy would continue to etch his mark on into the history books here at KPW. Both of these men, former Twitch champions. Sit out power bomb from K-Dog. 2 count. Getting a chance to apply enough pressure to keep the shoulders down on Popcorn Poppy. You can just sense the mutual respect that these two share inside the squared circle. These two contemporaries. The No Limit Soldier, Popcorn Poppy, the Pitbull K-Dog. Squaring up in the center of the ring here. Irish whip reversal once again from K-Dog. Mountain bomb onto Popcorn Poppy. Popcorn Poppy catching the leg of K-Dog and driving his elbow right into the joint there. Trying to break up the cartilage of K-Dog. Popcorn Poppy going low on K-Dog. Showcasing They share a mutual respect for one another. Rolling clothesline from K-Dog. Oh, they share a mutual respect for one another. They both know that they're gonna have to do whatever it takes to emerge victorious here tonight on Warzone. K-Dog going up to the top rope here, looking for a diving leg drop, and Popcorn Poppy moved out of harm's way. This could be the chance that a man like Popcorn Poppy needs to survive against K-Dog. K-Dog possessing one of the best win-loss records here in KPW over the course of 2024, ever since he arrived to the scene all the way back in September. K-Dog has been one of the most prolific rising stars that we've ever seen in KPW. A leg lock from K-Dog to Popcorn Poppy. Trying to keep that pressure up. Trying to tap out the former Twitch champion, the former hardcore champion. Waistlock tie up here. Pump handle slam from K-Dog. Hooking the leg. And Popcorn Poppy kicks out. Popcorn Poppy getting the shoulder up. Sleeper hold from Popcorn Poppy. Another waistlock tie-up, snapmare from K-Dog. Senton splash. Lateral press. K-Dog is just frantic. He's doing whatever he can to keep the pressure up, doing whatever he can to stay alive. Doing whatever he can to emerge victorious here tonight. One loss is all it takes to knock you further and further down the totem pole. Here in KPW, one loss is all it takes to derail you from championship gold. Arm elbow tie up here. Tombstone pile driver from K-Dog to Popcorn Poppy. Release German suplex onto Popcorn Poppy. K-Dog sent that man halfway across the damn ring with that German. K-Dog with Popcorn Poppy in his clutches, looking to capitalize with the wrist crusher. And I think that's ball game, folks. As K-Dog picks up another victory here on Warzone. K-Dog struck out back to back here at KPW. Eating a loss to Kabuki in his debut bout at Fever Pitch at the end of the year. And then eating another loss to the heartthrob Popo last week on Warzone. K-Dog hoping to make 2025 the best year that he possibly can. Putting the world heavyweight champion on notice as he's signaling that he wants the gold. He wants it all.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause to Popcorn Poppy.
K-Dog with a live microphone here.
He put in some overtime here tonight, but in all fairness, anybody that has to deal with that rootin' tootin' rust bucket isn't getting paid nearly enough to do what they do on behalf of the Kumite Forum. Whenever you want to meet up in the ring again, whether we stand beside or face against each other, I'd be more than honored to, brother. Say the word and I'll be there. But there's something else that I've been thinking about for some time now. Got a bit of an earworm stuck in my head these past few weeks. I want to hear that play out one more time. Kabuki. You thought I was gonna let you squeak out your first W by cracking me over the skull with a guitar. Let's see how much noise you can make without one. January 25th. The Pitbull. K-Dog. 1-on-1. Against you Kabuki. At Ignition. Show the dog pound what you're really made of.
K-Dog making his intentions extremely clear here. He didn't forget about Fever Pitch whatsoever. Issuing the challenge out to Kabuki for round 2 at Ignition. Hoping to get a bit of personal redemption here before he challenges for the KPW World Heavyweight Championship. Whether that man will be Popo, whether that man will be Jedi, does not matter to him whatsoever. What he is looking forward to more than anything else in this world, the rematch. K-Dog, Kabuki, round 2 at Ignition. Oh my God. But coming up next, tag team action as the Murder Hornets take on the Scheme. The winner will advance to Ignition in the #1 contenders bout against the Influence at our next monthly special event, January 25th, 9/8 Central. Our first Saturday night special event of the year. The winner of that bout will, of course, advance to a tag team championship match in 2 weeks' time against our reigning defending tag team champions, the uncanny, unlikely duo of Bob and Tape. But ahead of Ignition, ahead of that championship bout, one of these two teams will advance to Ignition, as it is the Murder Hornets versus the Scheme here tonight. Tag team action here on Warzone. The Murder Hornets, former KPW Tag Team Champions, with the opportunity to repeat history going into 2025. The Scheme, however, is still looking for that perfect opportunity to become KPW Tag Team Champions, as Bloom and Bilko have yet to secure championship gold as a team here at KPW. KPW Tag Team Division continuing to heat up throughout the winter here. Facelock tie-up. Wasp and Bilko starting the bout off for their respective teams here. Waistlock tie-up, back suplex onto one half of the Murder Hornets. Knife edge chop to the chest. And these two teams I would expect to be absolutely feral inside the squared circle here tonight. Tag team championship opportunity hanging in the balance. suplex from Wasp to Bilko here. The Murder Hornets, Mosquito and Wasp, of course, former tag team champions, winning the titles over the course of the summer, where they would coincidentally win those championships from the Influence. Big Bernard, Headband, Tommy Tanks. We could be looking for a potential rematch here at Ignition should the Murder Hornets emerge victorious here tonight. Bloom tags in, but Wasp was more than prepared. Pile driver from Bloom to Wasp. Wasp behind enemy lines here, charting enemy waters here. Tag made to Mosquito. Bloom was looking to go for a spear there, but he got caught up on the second rope. Wristlock tie up, and Mosquito showcasing his athleticism, his agility here, as he's able to get out of the wrist lock and hip toss his way out of it. The resourcefulness, the quick foot pacing, the footwork of the Murder Hornets is second to none here in KPW. Back suplex from Mosquito to Bloom. Overhead strike, knocking down Bloom. Spinning wheel kick from Bloom to Mosquito. 40-minute time limit on our tag team bouts here in KPW. This could very well go the distance. Arm strikes from Bilko to Mosquito. Drop kick from Mosquito. Bloom doing everything he can to intervene for his tag team here. One of these two teams will get the opportunity to challenge Bob and Tape for the tag team championships. One of these two teams will have to defeat the Influence to receive that tag team championship bout against Bob and Tape in 2 weeks on Warzone. Drop kick, finding its mark on the face of Bilko. Wasp tagging back in. The scheme looking to maintain their early advantage here tonight. Sit out pile driver from Bilko. Shoulder tackle taking Bilko through the middle ropes there. The action returns inside the ring. Bilko tagging in Bloom. But Bloom got knocked off the apron and into the guardrail. Still to come later on tonight. Roger interviewing the Star Attraction, the #1 contender to the KPW Twitch Championship. Another man that has a fight with Bob on his hands. Our first ever double champion. Our resident KPW Tag Team Champion, our resident Twitch Champion, Bob. As we await to hear from his #1 contender for the Twitch Championship, the Star Attraction, Pierre Cinema, coming up next on Warzone. Main event still to come is the Blue Chipper, Bam Dardino, takes on the Mastermind, one half of the First Nation, Sigma Shuko. Here tonight on Warzone. Big chops to the chest. Back and forth action, slugging it out, center of the ring. Mosquito gaining the upper hand, getting the better out of that exchange. Forearm strike knocking Bilko off the apron. The Murder Hornets are just looking to isolate both members of the scheme, no matter what member is the legal man in this bout, no matter what happens. They're going to do everything in their power to make sure that those two members of the scheme cannot remain in close contact with one another. Wrist lock tie up here. Dropping the elbow down into the shoulder blade of Bilko. Mosquito going up top, looking for a diving clothesline. Nobody home. Bilko drop, countering that drop kick attempt. Guarding up, covering up however he can. Overhead strike, knocking down Mosquito. Wasp tagging in for the Murder Hornets, the former KPW Tag Team Champions. Waistlock tie-up, counter from Bilko, pendulum backbreaker. Diving clothesline. Headlock takeover from Bilko to Wasp as the scheme maintain their advantage here from the early minutes of this bout. Driving the knee down into the shoulders of Wasp. Try to cut off the circulation, try to cut off the blood flow. Doing whatever they can to weaken the arms of the Murder Hornets. Whether it's Wasp, whether it's Mosquito, anything that they could possibly do to shift the tides of this bout here. Anything that they could do to maintain their dominance in this tag team bout here tonight on Warzone. Tandem offense for the Murder Hornets as they do a double suplex. Perfect execution onto Bloom there. Running leg lariat from Mosquito. And these Murder Hornets, they're so crafty, they're so quick, they're so resourceful. As they showcase their ability to think on the fly here. Big chop to the back of Bloom. Continuing to isolate him from his tag team partner here. But Mosquito acting a bit too late there. Not quick enough for Bloom to get the tag in. Mosquito going up top. Looking for another diving leg drop, finding no luck whatsoever. The scheme has that diving leg drop from Mosquito absolutely positively scouted here tonight. Flapjack from Mosquito. Tiger leg scissors from Mosquito to Bilko. While we still have our main event still to come, the Blue Chipper Bam Dardino versus Sigma Shuko, and we still have word from Pierre Cinema coming up next. The board directors from KPW like to keep you up to date for next week's edition of Warzone, as it'll be Popcorn Poppy teaming up with K-Dog as they take on the combination of the Sauce and Jim Ross in tag team action next week. We'll be seeing Ricky Rhombus in singles action once again as he goes one-on-one against Pierre Cinema in his first appearance inside the squared circle since the Twitch Battle Royal last week on Warzone. at the season premiere. We'll also be seeing a champion versus champion bout. The hardcore champion Corey Sinclair going one-on-one against one half of the KPW Tag Team Champions, the Role Model tape, with more still to be announced. Irish Whip reversal from Bloom of the Scheme here. Scheme in their black and red apparel, the Murr Hornets in their black and yellow apparel. Spinning wheel kick from Bloom to Wasp. Springboard back elbow. Irish Whip. Wasp looking to meet in the middle with a thump. That leaping hip attack from Wasp. Being able to stun Bloom of the Scheme. Tag made to Bilko. Tag made to Mosquito here. Two men of the Scheme, Bilko, Bloom, they operate like Swiss Army knives inside the squared circle. They're going to use every tool that they have at disposal. They're going to be quick. They're going to be precise. And they're going to make sure that they can hit any kind of move that they could possibly think of, any kind of tandem offense that they could think of from any position imaginable. Irish Whip from Wasp to Bilko. Bilko getting knocked into his tag team partner here. Wasp with another thump. Spinning heel kick to the back of the neck of Bilko. These two teams, these four men, willing to risk it all, willing to go the distance for an opportunity to become tag team champions. At their best, these two teams still need to pick up two back-to-back victories to get a shot against the tag team of Bob and Tape, our resident tag team champions. Just to think that one of these two teams will emerge victorious here tonight, and then still have to go on to Ignition to go up against Big Bernard, Headband, Tommy Tanks of the Influence, just to earn that championship opportunity. No matter how you look at it, no matter which way you spin it, both of these teams, all four of these men, have a mess on their hands, and they have no choice but to clean it here tonight, starting here at War Zone. Hurricanrana from the top rope. From Wasp, excuse me, but from Mosquito to Bloom. Bloom hanging onto the ropes, looking for another quick tag to Bilko. Irish Whip it to the ropes, drop kick knocking down Bilko. Chop. The Bilko tiger leg sweep. Followed up by a leg drop from Mosquito. Uranagi from Bilko to Mosquito here. Frog splash connecting. This is exactly what we mean when we say that the scheme are masters of precision and lightning quick footwork here at KPW. Murder Hornets, no slouch when it comes to their agility, to their athleticism. One of these two teams is going to have to operate faster than the other to emerge victorious here tonight on Warzone. Tag made to Bloom. Bloom and Wasp sizing each other up, the two legal men in this bout. Dropkick sending Wasp into the corner of the scheme. Looks like Bloom's gonna go for a springboard back elbow once again. But Wasp was able to throw him off balance there and grab onto the ropes. Irish whip it to the corner. Bloom now in the corner of the Murder Hornets. Tag made to Mosquito. Teams still have a lot to prove here in KPW. Still have a lot to prove. But their standings here in the totem pole for the KPW Tag Team Division. They have yet to win Tag Team Championship gold here in KPW. The Murder Hornets, of course, looking for their second Tag Team Championship reign. And that wave of momentum, the 3 victories that they would need to obtain to become tag team champions once again, it would all have to start here tonight against the scheme. Armbreaker from Bilko buying his tag team partner some time to recuperate, some time to recover, time to catch his breath. Waistlock counter after waistlock counter, forearm right into the lumbar region of Bloom. Schoolboy cover up. And Bilko breaking it up with a tope over the top rope. Just absolutely springing into action here tonight. Mosquito has been looking for that diving leg drop all night here, ladies and gentlemen. And he has finally struck gold with that leg drop. Tag made to Bilko. As Mosquito clubs him over the overhead to the chest, knocking him down to the floor. Big headbutt from Mosquito to Bilko. Bloom trying to buy his tag team partner some time, but Mosquito's all fired up. He's ready to put an end to this bout. He's ready to put an end to this scheme. Mosquito going up top, looking for a diving clothesline. Connecting halfway across the ring. Arm elbow tie up here. Northern Lights suplex. Wasp's foot reaching the bottom rope. Local official, lead official here at KPW Kumite Pro Wrestling. Slap Thigh Jones just on top of things consistently. being able to spot out these rope breaks at the drop of a dime at a moment's notice. Wasp going up top once again. Bloom looking for a tornado DDT, and he gets it. Ladies and gentlemen, we are 20 plus minutes into this bout. Head scissors takedown from Bloom. $20 minutes off the clock, 20 minutes left to go. Step up Enziguri from Bloom to Wasp here, and Wasp just barely making the count. Doing everything he can in his power to stay alive for the team. It's the damnedest thing that I've ever seen here. Mosquito going up top, diving clothesline, creating some distance between him and Bloom. And now Mosquito dragging Bloom away from Bilko here. Trapping the arms here. Inside cradle cover. That was a 2 count there. And the Kumite faithful can't even believe what they're seeing there. They thought that was 3. They were mistaken. They were absolutely awestruck with what we're seeing here tonight. Somehow, some way, these 4 men, these 2 teams are able to keep the pressure up. And now Bilko just retreating back to that choke center of the ring. Wanting to put the Murder Hornets to bed here. Frog splash onto Mosquito right in front of his tag team partner. What we are seeing in the center of this ring here is a case of mutually assured disrespect between the Scheme and the Murder Hornets. Both of these teams more than willing to do whatever it takes to emerge victorious here tonight. Doing whatever it takes to step over one another. Clothesline from Bilko to Wasp. Arm elbow tie up here. Northern Lights suplex, rope break once again, but Bilko, he's ready to put an end to all this. He's all fired up. The Murder Hornets could not be any further apart if they tried. And now Mosquito having to fight off both members of the Scheme here tonight. This is essentially turned into a 1-on-2 handicap match. Shoulder block from Wasp to Bilko. This bout approaches past the 25-minute mark, 15 minutes left to go. I want us to imagine what the hell would possibly go down if this were to go to a time limit draw. Does the Influence get a free pass for the tag team championships? Do they just get an express ticket, an easy pass right to Bob and Tape in 2 weeks on Warzone? Will the board of directors here at KPW find a surrogate tag team to step up to the influence at Ignition? There's so many outcomes, so many possibilities to think of to account for. Should this go to a 40-minute time limit draw here? Mosquito with a diving leg drop to the back of the neck of Bloom. And the fact that these four men can still slug it out, can still duke it out with the same level of intensity that they had with this when that opening bell rang. This is absolutely insane here. Sweet DDT, this could be it. Dragging Bilko away from Bloom. Let it go. Looking to make sure of it this time. Bilko with all the pressure that Mosquito applied on securing that pinfall. What he didn't account for was Bilko being able to reach that bottom rope. Mosquito fixing his errors this way. Fixing the errors by dragging him to the center of the ring. But Bloom was just right there to break things up. Right there to keep this bout alive for the scheme. Right there to keep this tag team bout underway here on Warzone. Another magistral cradle here. 1 count. The Murder Hornets in absolute frenzy here. They're feeling the sting of tonight's bout here for sure. Approaching the 30-minute mark. 10 minutes left to go before this goes to a time limit draw. The scheme just staying on top of things here tonight. Back suplex from Wasp to Bilko. Looking for another cradle here. Another chance to secure the victory here. And Bloom breaks things up once again for the scheme. Both of these teams known for their agility here. Leg lock snuck in by Bilko. Blink and you miss it. As I stand corrected, a heel hold. And amidst all the chaos, amidst all that frenzy going on inside the ring, all this pandemonium, a perfect red herring as Mosquito of the Murder Hornets too focused on Bloom re-entering the ring, rushing towards him, not being able to notice how cinched in, how deep that heel hold was locked in on Wasp. The scheme advancing to the tag team championship contenders bout at Ignition. 12 nights away, January 25th. The scheme, the influence, one of these two teams will advance to face Bob and Tape for the KPW Tag Team Championships. Congratulations to the scheme on their impressive, outright clever victory here tonight. But coming up next, our main event bout here tonight, the blue chipper Bam Dardino goes up against one half of the First Nation, the mastermind, Sigma Shuko, in singles competition. As we have no time to waste, TV time still remaining. It is time to make our way down to ringside for our main event bout of the evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, standing next to me is the man that for the first time ever will compete for the KPW Twitch Championship at Ignition on the 25th. I present to you France's greatest export and the star attraction himself, Pierre Cinema. Pierre, you've had one hell of a breakout 2024. Multiple world championship opportunities, high-profile feuds left and right, winning the first ever Golden Gauntlet tournament. Considering what we've seen regarding your rivalry with the Sauce, is there a part of you that might be second-guessing your intention to compete for the Twitch Championship?
Second-guessing? I told the world months ago that becoming a champion here in KPW was gonna happen to me sooner rather than later. Whether the Sauce agrees with it or not, he isn't gonna argue with the fact that I tossed his ass out of the Battle Royal last week to earn this. Serves that egomaniac right anyways. He underestimated me. Took his eyes off the prize, and look at him now. He's got an overnight stay at the hospital courtesy of Popcorn Poppy, all because he couldn't kill the biggest giant here in KPW. His self-inflated personality. But when it comes to keeping an eye on the prize, you're gonna find very few men as laser-focused on the gold as I am. At Ignition, I'm gonna have my hands full when I take on Bobby Two Belts, the 300-pound misfit. He's built up one hell of a reputation as of late, and I'd hate to be the man to spoil the party. Bob walks down that aisle every night without a care in the world, and that makes him a dangerous champion. He has 2 championships that he can lose if he isn't careful, but Bob, you have no idea how much I want this Twitch championship. I'm going to prove to the world that I've earned my spot here in KPW as a franchise player. And it doesn't matter what the hell he said about me. Damn it, I shouldn't have brought that up.
I never got the opportunity to ask, but regarding your actions, or rather the actions you chose not to carry out at Madhouse, and regarding the disappearance of Ding, do you personally believe the world champion is responsible for the events that took place that night?
Well, Roger, since you just picked up on that real quick, let me say my piece and be on my way. My deal back then was with the Sauce, a deal that was just rotten to the core from the moment it was put to paper. We both hated that son of a bitch. We both wanted to be the man that got to take the world title away from him. I was so driven by hate that I was willing to do anything to take that moment away from him. But when I stepped into that ring with Chris Billy, I thought about all the work I put in to prevent this from happening. I thought about the fans. I thought about how they would think of me if I conducted myself that way. So I pushed that hate into something more honorable. I won the Golden Gauntlet. I got my chance at Collision Course, and I let my hate overwhelm me. I've lost to that man twice, and when the opportunity comes again, I will not lose a third time. Now, do I think he took out the dinger to win that title? It's hard to say. Wouldn't put it past him. Look at who he's parading around now. If he didn't do it, he surely isn't helping his case. But Roger, I just gotta put this all past me and focus on what's ahead. That man is gonna continue to dig his own grave, and I gotta make sure I don't fall right into mine. Thanks for the interview time.
We have learned quite a lot there from Pierre Cinema, where his headspace has been a brief glimpse into what he's been thinking about the past several months, ever since taking that loss against the KPW World Heavyweight Champion Jedi all the way back in Collision Course. I'm starting to believe that this chase for the Twitch Championship has become so much more personal for Pierre Cinema than we could have ever possibly imagined. I can't believe what we just heard there. Main event bout officially underway. The blue chipper Bam Dardino, the mastermind Sigma Shuko, slugging things out here in the main event of Warzone. Shuko going for a drop kick to the knees of Bam Dardino. Bam Dardino still relatively young into his career here in KPW. He's seen the highest of highs, he's seen rock bottom, and he's seen everything in between, but he wants to make absolutely sure that in 2025 he will become a champion here at KPW. Fez chop to the chest of Bam Dardino. Shuko maintaining control in the corner here. Irish whip from one corner to the other. Bam able to shake off Shuko for just a brief moment with that drop kick. Power slam from Bam Dardino. Both these men exchanging blows center of the ring. Shuko not exactly well known for his striking ability, but what he is able to achieve inside the squared circle as far as his grappling ability goes, he is quite the technical wizard once that bell rings. Springboard drop kick. Finding its mark onto the shoulder blade of Bam Dardino. Just pushing him back with absolute authority here tonight. Spinning heel kick caught by Bam Dardino. Transitioning into a Texas cloverleaf. Leg lariat from Bam Dardino to Sigma Shuko. Shuko kicking Bam Dardino away. Bam was probably looking for the perfect chance to go for another Texas cloverleaf to continue working down the legs of one half of the First Nation. Bam Dardino hoping to take things up to the top rope. Shuko able to push him off once again. Bam Dardino evading the missile drop kick attempt. This main event bout is finally picking up some heat, some momentum here. Bam Dardino seemingly picking up control of this bout as he tries his absolute best to outwit the mastermind Sigma Shuko, playing a dangerous game here tonight on Warzone. Back suplex from Bam Dardino to Sigma Shuko. A Another drop kick from Bam to Shuko. Drop toe hold. Bam Dardino, he is sick and tired of being sick and tired. Suplexing Shuko back into the ring. Shuko groggy, dazed and confused, but not as dazed and confused as he's gonna be after that wham bam thank you ma'am. Lead official slap thigh Jones once again calling another rope break here tonight. The real MVP of the show here. However much the board of directors have decided to pay Slap Thigh Jones for his refereeing, he is not getting paid enough for all the hard work that he does to keep these matches as balanced and as fair as he possibly can. Diving elbow from the second rope. Some would claim to be the most dangerous rope of them all. Overhead strike, double axe handle. Repeated strikes from Bam Dardino. Spinning wheel kick from Sigma Shuko. Now Bam Dardino looking to launch an assault here onto Sigma Shuko. Making him pay dearly for it, for his mistakes. Looking to make an example out of the mastermind. One big victory is all it would take to launch Bam Dardino back into the spotlight. Spinning heel kick into the sternum of Bam Dardino. Shuko trying to outpace the blue chipper. Spinning wheel kick, finding its mark on Bam Dardino. Shuko looking to continue the high speed offense here against Bam Dardino. The way that this action is ramped up here in tonight's main event, I'm left absolutely speechless. The cat's got my tongue a bit here. Bam Dardino suplexing Shuko back into the ring. Bam looking to get a second and definitive wham bam thank you ma'am. And Shuko once again saved by the rope break. Inside Maestro Cradle once again from Sigma Shuko. Snap suplex from Shuko. And now he's just looking to add insult to injury. It would have been bad enough for Bam Dardino if he ate a pinfall loss after that suplex attempt. It would have been insulting if Shuko managed to pick up the victory by resting his foot on Bam Dardino's chest. And now Bam Dardino's all fired up. He's all pissed off. He is seething with absolute rage here. Shuko locked in the Lion Tamer. But Bam is not willing to quit just yet. Schoolboy roll-up pin, 2 count. Jack from Shuko to Bam Dardino. Diving splash onto the back of Bam Dardino. Spinning wheel kick from Bam to Shuko. Headlock takeover from Bam to Shuko. Trying to keep this bout grounded. Trying to keep Shuko on his back and not on his feet. Shuko sneaking in a quick strike. And now he's gonna make Bam pay for it. Center of the ring, Lion Tamer. This might be it. Bam Dardino forced to tap out. Shuko hoping to turn his luck around on behalf of the First Nation. Being able to lay out that imposter last week in the bar on War Zone. Being able to turn things around after falling short to the World Heavyweight Champion Jedi at fever pitch.
Cut the music, cause this show ain't over. Until I say it's over. Bam, you put up one hell of a fight. You got what it takes to really become somebody special here in KPW. But you still got a lot of ground to cover before you're finally there. And you still have a lot to learn. Hell, that punk-ass imposter learned something the hard way last week. Whoever that man may be is smart enough to study their targets, watching back the tapes, observing anything that gets across a camera here. Did you really think we'd give away our spots and not expect you to show up? You learned on a personal level not to mess with the First Nation. And Jedi learned that lesson 2 against Slarty. He's a broken, battered mess of a man, and I can guarantee that he doesn't.
What the hell is this speech that you've prepared for these idiots? I learned a lesson from Slarty last week. Educate me on what that might be, because it sure wasn't a lesson in humility. I'm the World Heavyweight Champion. I've been running this whole damn show since the summer. I ran through Slarty's ass last week. I ran through your ass at fever pitch. If this is about getting another crack at my title, newsflash. You're not getting another shot anytime soon. I earned this all by myself, and you couldn't even get the job done with your tag partner there to watch over. Oh wait, where was he that night? You and your stupid-ass tag team are left in the Viceroy's dust. My work is never done, and at Ignition, I got a new opponent to run through in that sleazebag popo. I'll see your ass in catering once the cameras stop rolling, unless you weren't satisfied with the ass whipping I served the both of you in the past month. Some guy, hit
You just can't help yourself now, can you? Well, you just made this next part even better. Guess who got a word in with the board of directors earlier tonight? You aren't gonna be able to rinse your hands clean of me. Or Slarty. So let me give you a bit of advice, cause I really don't give a damn if you ran out ding or not, even though you probably did. You should really learn when to keep your mouth shut. Your mouth is writing checks that your ass can't cash. You got a week to dust off that puppet that you've been pulling the strings on, cause next week on War Zone, it's gonna be you and Ahem. Ding. Versus myself and Slarty in a tag team match. Hit my music.
What an earth-shattering revelation from Shuko! We're getting tag team action in our main event of Warzone next week. We're getting Jedi. We're getting the imposter Ding on the same side of the ring as they take on the First Nation. We know that Jedi has not shied away from aligning himself with whoever this man may be, whoever this mystery man may be underneath the face paint. But let's see how fruitful that connection will be next week on Warzone. And that is all the time we have here, ladies and gentlemen. I have been Tapey Styles, the only man that can call the action right down the middle, flying solo as always. And we'll be seeing you next week on Warzone. as Jedi and the so-called Ding take on the First Nation tag team action. K-Dog and Popcorn Poppy take on the Sauce and Jim Ross. Pierre Simma takes on Ricky Rhombus in singles action, and the hardcore champion Corey Sinclair takes on the KPW Tag Team Champion Tape. Good night, everybody.